Hello everyone, welcome to Learn English with Vocabulary. In today's session, I will discuss with you the uses of the words that start with letter W. So it is the this is the ninth part of the series. So let's continue. The first word is whim. Guys, whim, just a minute. Yeah, whim. Whim is a sudden wish to do something or have something. Sudden wish to do something or have something, especially when it is something unusual or unnecessary. The wish that is unusual and unnecessary. For example, he was forced to ponder to her whim. He was forced to pander to her every whim. So, pander means to do something that somebody else wants you to do, and sometimes it is not acceptable to you or unreasonable, but you have to do it because you have no other choice. So he was forced to pander to her every whim. My friend bought an expensive mobile on a whim. That means he bought an expensive mobiles because others of his friends were also buying expensive mobiles. So he also thought, why should he lag behind in this? So he also bought an expensive mobile, and that too on credit. Now he is crying. He is paying the credit card bills, interest, and all. So don't do anything on a whim. His duties change every day at the whim of his boss. At the whim of his boss, his duties change every day. That means his boss changes his duty, whatever comes in his mind. So his boss is whimsical. He hires and fires people at whim. He hires and fires people at whims means he hires and fires according to his wishes. Next is whimper. Whimper means to make low, weak crying noises. Low, weak crying noises. Whimper. The child was lost in the fair and began to whimper. You must have read this story, The Lost Child by Mulkraz Anand. In that, a child was lost in the fair. So, if you start crying like this, you start whimpering. Don't scold me, the child whimpered. Next word is whimsical. 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 Whimsical means unusual, not serious, in a way that is either amusing or annoying. Unusual and not serious. That is either amusing or annoying. He has a whimsical sense of humor. So his sense of humor is whimsical. That means to some people it is amusing, and to some people it is annoying. So he has a whimsical sense of humor. Uh, that king took whimsical decisions. He took whimsical decisions means he took decisions that were sometimes amusing and sometimes very annoying. And such a person who takes whimsical decisions is called whimsy. WHIM as well, whimsy. Moving on, next word is whine. Guys, I'm talking about WHINE, whine. That means to complain in an annoying or crying way. Stop whining. This child is always whining for toys, chocolates, or anything he sees in the shop. He starts whining. When you do not fulfill his wishes, he starts whining. The dog whined, the dog whined and scratched at the door. A whiny voice, a whiny kid, or whiny tone. Somebody who is very whiny means starts whining is called whiny. Next is wins about something. WHINGE, wins about something. Guys, what is special about this verb is whenever you are adding ing to the verb wins, it does not, its e does not change into I. It remains e. So whenever you add I to it, ing to it, it will remain WHINGEING. For example, he is always whinging about the system. Whinge means to complain in an annoying way. To complain in an annoying way is called whinge. So he is always whinging about the system. He is always complaining about the system. Next is whip. Guys, whip is a thin piece of rope or leather attached to a handle. A thin piece of rubber or leather attached to a handle is called a whip. And it is used for making animals move and punishing people. Earlier, people used to be punished with the help of a whip. So it is another word for whip is hunter. So let's look at one example. Basanti whipped her mare Dhanno and she leapt forward. Or you can say Basanti cracked her whip. As a noun, you can use whip also. Basanti cracked her whip on her horse and whatever mare, and it leapt forward. Idiom: to have or to hold a whiff hand over somebody or something. To have or to hold a whip hand over somebody or something means to be in a position when you have power in your hand and control over somebody. He holds a whiff over the other members of the family, means he has control over the other member of. He holds the whiff hand over other members of his family. Moving on. To move quickly in a particular direction. It also means whiff. When we were traveling by bus, suddenly a branch of the tree whipped across the window pane of our bus. Whipped across, suddenly it struck the window pane of the bus. It whipped. And whiff also means to pull out something quickly. A thief whipped out a knife from his pocket. Next is to stir quickly. Guys, when you stir something quickly like egg white, it is called whipping. It is also called whisking. Whisking the eggs into the thick and stiff substance. Whip the eggs, whisk the eggs, or whip the eggs. Guys, next is whiplash. Whiplash injury. Whiplash injury is the injury that happens in your neck, back side of your neck. Suppose you are traveling by a car and you, God forbid, you meet with an accident and suddenly you jerk forward and backward, and then you get a whiplash. Whiplash in your neck. It's a serious injury. Next is whirlpool. Guys, whirlpool is the eddy. You might have seen a circular movement of water in the river or in a pond. Circular movement of water is called whirlpool. Whirlpool or eddy. When there is circular motion of wind, it is called whirlwind. Whirlwind. Circular motion of wind. It's whirlwind, like tornado, cyclone. They are whirlwind. Whirlwind. Circular motion of wind. Next is whisker. Guys, whisker is the hair that are found in animals like cats, dogs, tigers, lions. Whiskers, mustache found around the mouth of these animals. And there is an idiom also, come within a whisker of something. Come within a whisker of something means to have a very narrow escape from something, or to be very close at something. While we were walking through a restricted area, suddenly the firing started from both sides, and we came within a whisker of being shot in the cross firing. But God saved us. Everything was okay. Just an example. Next, whittle. Guys, whittle means to form a piece of wood from into a particular shape by cutting small pieces from. And you cut small pieces from a board and you change it into some shape. It is called whittle. So the process of cutting the small pieces from a wood is called whittle. The carpenter whittled the wood into the idol of Lord Vishnu, or you can say the carpenter whittled the idol of Lord Vishnu from a piece of wood. So this is all for this session, guys. We have been covering the words that start with the letter W, and I have already made 8 parts. This is the 9th part. So please go and watch those remaining 8 parts if you haven't seen them, and try to start practicing these words in your language so that you can learn them and they can come into your personality, in your habit. Thank you, and like, share and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye and take care.